Welcome to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Lincoln Financial Field, and it is indeed home to the 2018 Super Bowl champion Eagles. The Link also is home to the Temple Owls. Temple about to kick it off and get this game underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Wake Forest offense takes the field for the first time today. And here's the man they'll try to feed the football to no matter what the coverage looks like, Jesse.
He's their best player on offense, and I like the way this coaching staff moves him around and tries to create good matchups to take advantage of, David.
And that he's going to take a shot. It's complete. A huge pickup. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Demon Deacs.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Owls offense will have its first possession of the game. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. Temple lines up quickly. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. The punt team makes its way onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. He's got great speed. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Off play action. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Grab near the sticks. It's Alexander. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Leaves it with the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Fires to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. And the Demon Deacons have it with a 1st and goal. Fast motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Demon Deacons! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
14, Temple, 0.
He'll bring it back looking for help. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. And now the offense will come onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
The Owls want to crank the tempo. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Dropping back, it's Simon. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The free safety timed his rush perfectly on the blitz, and they come up with the sack.
Yeah, and the free safety usually stays deep and plays coverage, plays in the middle of the field, but they spin him down, bring him in the blitz. You could tell, caught the offense off guard, and he gets the quarterback and gets the sack.
Can they catch him? Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's looking to throw. He got it, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Well, when you call the wheel route, you need to have the right matchup, and that time they did. It was the linebacker on the running back, one-on-one. He uses his speed, beat him to the outside, and that's about as easy as it can get.
And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Looking downfield, it's Simon. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Picked up some yards on the last completion, but it's third down. They want to throw it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
A loss of 9 on the play. Now, fourth down.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats.
21,
Temple lining up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. I know that seems like a simple route, but it's actually a lot more complex than what it looks like because that route changes based on whether it's man or zone. If it's man coverage, he's flying across the field. If it's zone, he's got to sit down over the ball in a soft spot, giving his quarterback a place to go with it. Nice job of those guys being on the same page there.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
You know, we're only in the first half of this football game, and already this offense has had tons of success throwing the football. The defense has to disrupt his rhythm, and they finally do there, getting the sack. They've given up 3 TD passes. Let's see if they can continue with the pass rush moving forward.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
He gets it all the way out to the 19-yard line, a pickup of 6.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Looking for a block. It's Claiborne. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because...
Intercepted. Got some room to run. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Owls. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball skills, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Here he comes from inside his own 5, and the returner will be dragged down. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
The Demon Deacons are stopped, but not before getting the 1st down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Pulls it in. It's Mays. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. Looking to go up top on first down. With the catch, it's Green. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
Man, this quarterback is having himself a day. Over 200 yards in the first half. It was hard enough for Palmer to get over 200 in a game, more or less in a first half.
He'll just keep slinging it. Pocket starts to collapse. That's caught. It's Mays. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. And the Demon Deacons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. That's caught. It's Mays. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. The Demon Deacons trying to cash it in on first and goal. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Wake! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's his second receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. Tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
Temple, 7.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer, but I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Bringing it back. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. What a snag by the defense. Going the other way, and he's got room. Past the 10. Touchdown, Owls. How about that D coming up with a play like that?
What an incredible individual effort by that big fella there. And, Dave, you know, it's funny. I've been hearing more and more about how these D linemen are the best athletes on the field.
I present to you Exhibit A. Look at the big fella. Not only does he make the catch, okay, so I can be a DB, I can be a wide receiver, I can catch it. I got the ball in my hands. Guess what else I am? I'm a running back. I take that thing all the way back to the house. Exhibit A, the best athletes on the football field.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He lets it fly. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
Well, if at first you succeed, try again. They've already linked up twice for touchdown passes, so no question the quarterback here still in the first half looking for his go-to guy, but you got to give the defense credit there. They were expecting it, and they were able to make sure that one fell incomplete.
Wants to fire on second down. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a terrific scene there today in Philly.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score, I get a stop, I score, I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
After the missed connection, it's second down. Wants to throw. It's Simon. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception the last possession. You can tell breaking on the football really, really well, seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it, almost had another interception.
On the return, it's Claiborne. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's going to pass. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down. And the Demon Deacons decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your deep.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, I think this quarterback needs to take his offensive line out for dinners more often because they're not protecting him. And sometimes it doesn't even look like they're trying. That now the 6th sack of the game for this defense.
After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play. 2nd and long from the 11. Looking to throw, it's Simon. Getting some heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Man, this defense has been ruthless all game long. Individual effort. They've got guys up front winning their one-on-one matchups, and they have been terrorizing this quarterback.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that, you can show your exotic looks, you can get the pass rush going, everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He's going to get loose. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
On 2nd down, looking to throw. Into the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. So they've gotten it down to the 1. Couldn't get it in through the air last time, and now it's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. Quarterback checking the play. The aerial assault continues. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
He leaves it with his back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Temple lines up quickly.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much.
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
The defense has been so dominant up front. You've seen it in these passing situations. That now the 7th sack of the game.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Temple lining up to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
Unloads to the wideout. He caught it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Wake! And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass.
14.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner is stopped. Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Palmer.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
And it's just simple 1st down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Wide out in motion. Trying play action. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going off just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
There to make the tackle, and with that, we'll head to the fourth quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. And he can't complete the first pass. Let's see if he can get settled.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Looking to throw it again. Quickly complete. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it first and goal at the 6.
Defenses are put in such a tough spot when offenses get in third and short because the whole playbook is open, and they go with the pass. I love it. They sneak the pass in there. Nice success. Great job by the quarterback getting rid of the football, getting the first down, now set up first and goal.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
That last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
After getting nothing, it's second and goal from the 6. He's looking to throw. Got it! They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
On third and goal, they'll throw it. Touchdown, Demon Deeks! And the punishment has been extended. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Temple takes over and the offense will return to the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Looking for a man, it's Simon. Just a short pass to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Feeling some heat. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
I got to give this defense a lot of credit. They were very confident coming into this one, even though they were going up against one of the best quarterbacks in the entire country. They're confident because they believe in their ability to get to him, and they've been able to do that in this game. There's another sack here.
And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Has a huge lead right now in the fourth quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Going up top on first down. He's going for it all. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Offense in a bunch formation. Off the play fake. Gets rid of it. He's got him this time. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Trying to get to him. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Wants to throw on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose.
Is incomplete.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They want to just keep throwing it. It's complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here.
Cricket. 691, Gator Spar.
Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy, and you can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped them out.
Can hang on across the middle on first down, and maybe he was worried about the shot he was going to take. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. The Demon Deacons trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. He wants to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
Offside defense.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
Takes a snap, wants to throw. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. And the beatdown has ensued. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Temple takes over, and the Owls send the offense back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran it.
And And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Heat up them pass rushers, bring in them DBs. That's what I'm doing in this situation. When I got the lead by a couple scores late in the ball game in the fourth quarter, I'm going to rush the passer like crazy. I'm going to put all those DBs back playing the pass. That's what happened. Great job understanding they're going to have to take shots. We get the interception. This one's almost over.
He'll set up to throw. Fires into the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. I think we can just about blow the candles out on this one. It's all over.
No doubt. It's over. But you know what, Reese? These stats aren't over. They count for postseason awards. So I'm all for piling on the stats, running up the score, offense, get the stats.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Temple takes over, and the offense will return to the field. Well, this has pretty much been an evisceration, an old-fashioned stomping, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those games where you're not necessarily throwing the playbook in the trash after this one, but I do think this coaching staff, David, really has to be honest with themselves and rethink what schemes are working and not working and which guys maybe need to get more touches in this offense.
Well, I think I like the trash option as well because it's been hot trash. This has been a bad day. Offense, defense, giving up a ton of points, not scoring near enough. So it's been a bad day you're going to want to forget.
He finds his man. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
They'll throw it on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the consolation prize there. He gets into the end zone, won't win them the game, but at least a score as the clock hits 0.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of